Because regardless of the situation you're in, you have to be able to have a simple, intense conversation without losing your block.
And I feel like the way discourse seems at a city or state or national level is it's just an escalation of force. We're gonna You come at us with this, we're gonna come back in over the top of you. And I just hear a lot of people say, well, the things that this person is justified in saying this because that other person said this about them first.
Again,
And
why did you hit them? Because he hit me. Why'd you say that? Because he said something about my mama. Come on, man. This is not kindergarten, third grade. We have to get out of this mindset, and we're in this age politically where so many people are looking at our leadership thinking that this is the example, this is the model of how people are supposed to interact. I would not dare go to my Cambodian neighbors who live down the street and be like, hey, I'm glad you guys ain't got that Kung flu. That's offensive. I wouldn't dare go up to my neighbor down the street who happens to be a Navy veteran and be like, hey there, Cracker Jack. Because that's offensive. So again, discourse says that we should be able to listen to and see intensely everybody's side. And when we do that, the relationships are strengthened. When we don't do it, they're fractured. And one thing about a fractured relationship, it is very difficult to put all those pieces back together. I don't care how much Gorilla Glue you have. I don't care how much super glue you have. I remember the old super glue commercial with the guy sticking the hard hat up on the thing and holding on to it and all that. But when you can't find all the pieces, if you find all the pieces but one, it's still unusable.
still a crack.
You find one, there's still a hole. So if it's a bowl, guess what? I can't use it anymore, so I still throw it away. So when you fracture relationships, when you refuse to have discourse, you fracture relationships. Once you fracture relationships, they become useless. And as educators, I'm not even gonna say as educators, as human beings, it is so critical that we don't fracture the relationships that we have, that we allow people to speak, that we allow people the opportunity to say their piece, hear them out, and then speak our piece. Again, I get people tell me all the time, you raise your voice sometimes, and I never yell at people, but I'm passionate. And does that mean sometimes when I'm passionate, I get elevated? Yeah, but I never get too elevated to where I offend someone. Because if somebody tells me, hey, hold on, bring it down just a little bit. Okay, you're right, my bad. Because I know, I grew up in an era where when you were passionate about something, you stood up for it. You stood up for it. If it's something you believe in, you stood up for it. And I think right now, so many people, they want to stand on other people's beliefs without really expressing their own. We were talking earlier before about my uncle who was a member of the Republican delegation here in Houston. And to hear him tell me as a 14, 15-year-old kid, telling me to make sure that when you become a voting age, that you make sure you support people who consciously you understand where they're coming from and that y'all are going in the same direction.